Hi, today we are going to draw a bee together, one of those creepy crawlers. All drawings, no matter how simple or how difficult, always start with simple shapes. So what we're going to do first is do some simple shapes. So towards the middle of my paper, I'm going to do kind of a rainbow shape. Not too big and not too small. This is the head of our bee. Then the next thing I'm going to do with a ziggy-zaggy line, I'm going to do the middle of the bee. And this is kind of a circle, but you know what? Whatever kind of shape you get, it's okay. But what I'd really like you to concentrate on is that ziggy-zaggy shape. So this is the middle of the body. Now we're going to do the bottom of the body. And this is just a long oval. So we're pretty close here. Up here, back on the head, we're going to give it some big eyes. And those are just these half circles on each side. Yours might look a little different than mine, and that's okay because they all should be a little different. So now we're going to do legs, and you know insects have 6 legs. Spiders have 8, but today it's an insect. So up at the top of your ziggy-zaggy circle, we're going to do kind of a shape like that. It's kind of a long strung out oval. Then we're going to do another one, exact same thing, and connect it. We're going to jump over to this side and we're going to try to do the same thing. And look, try to match them. You can see mine are a little different and I'm okay with that. At the end of it, we're going to put 3 little pieces. And then over those 3 pieces, I'm going to do an M. Again, 3 little pieces. And remember, if this goes too fast, all you need to do is pause the video and catch up and start it again. So those are those creepy little toes. All right, so now we have 2 legs, but we need 4 more. So kind of towards the middle here, we're going to take a different direction. We're going to do another oval, long strung out oval. And again, those 3 bumps at the end. And the M, kind of think of that M as the toenails. They don't have toenails though. And again on this side. And again, try to look and try to match those shapes. Doesn't matter if they're not quite the same. It's still going to be an awesome drawing. So now we have 4, but we need 2 more. So again, that same thing. 1, 2, 3. Letter M. And this side. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Letter M. Well, it's starting to look like a creepy crawler, isn't it? All right, so now we're going to take and we are going to start adding some details. Well, the first thing is we're missing some wings. And so what we're going to do is out at the side, we're going to draw a long line, come down, and bend it. Now here's something I want you to know about those wings. Wings you can see through. So can you see I went right over my leg and I drew my line right over. I didn't even worry about it. So don't worry about it. Your wing may go over one of the legs and it may not. Then on this side I'm going to do the same thing. And again, don't worry if they're not exact. You're going to do the very best you can. Now we have the wings. So in those wings, we're going to take one line and divide out. Can you see that? In the center of each of these spaces, I'm going to draw another line, and I'm going to do some bent lines. Now yours might look different, and that's okay. on each side. Can you see how I'm bending those lines and then putting little curves on the top? There I go. So I have my wings. Now I'm going to draw a curved line. Remember to curve this line. Curve the line. And what I'm doing is I'm adding the stripes. You might have more stripes, you might have bigger stripes, you might have smaller stripes. It certainly doesn't matter. Well, now we have just about the basic shape. The one thing we're missing is we're missing the stinger. So the letter V down here at the bottom and color it in. And we're also missing the antenna at the top. And the antenna is very much like the legs, but smaller. Well, there I have my bee. But now we can start coloring and adding details. So I did my bee with a marker. You can use crayon, you can use pencil, you can use pen, whatever you want. When you start to color it in, it's the same thing. You can do whatever color you want. What I'm first going to do is color in with my black because I have my black marker. So I am going to follow where my ziggies are here, and I'm going to color in my first stripe. You can see it's already starting to take some form here. And I'm going to do my second one, and you can see my marker is already starting to dry out. One of the problems with our markers. Okay, so now you can see here, I can come up here to the head, and I'm also going to color in kind of the edges of the head. And I'm going to color right down into that ziggy-zag. But I'm not going to color the whole head, and I'll show you why as I get going. On the eyes, same thing. I'm going to color the edges. Now, at any time, remember you can pause and catch up to where I am. The other thing is, now I'm starting to get into some kind of advanced things. And if you wanted to do just the simple shapes of your bee, you're welcome to stop right there. So now my bee is starting to take some shape. I'm going to add some color, and again, because I have markers here, I'm going to use crayons and markers. So on this part, okay, I'm going to do that same ziggy-zag thing, and that ziggy-zag coloring, or this fine coloring, kind of gives us the idea that it's furry. Can you see that ziggy-zag? And of course, the stripes. Then I'm going to come in, I'm going to add some orange. And again, you can do this with crayons, you can do this with markers, you can do this with colored pencils, whatever you have. Here's the fun thing. On this part, can you see I'm going to add some orange on the edge? And you can see this is already starting to have a little depth. I can come in with some brown, and this might be a little harder to see. And again, add a little texture and a little on the edge here. Can you see that body is starting to take some shape? It almost looks like it's three-dimensional. So you're going to finish up with the colors however you want. I didn't have a colored pencil that was black, so I used blue for a lot of things that I might have used black for. But what the blue did is it just gave it some really fun color. And you can see I'm going right around the edges. I also did the legs, and here's on the legs at each of those little pieces, you do a little darker. Okay, so all around there, And then in the wings, I did the same thing. So close to the body, I colored. And then each one of these, I just put a little blue in there. And you can see it's starting to take some form. So I have a finished one here that I took a little more time on. I'm going to let you look at that. Okay, so you can see the colors. And you certainly don't have to use the yellow and the orange. You can use any color you want to make your bee. Have a little fun, and remember, they're all going to look just a little different. Have fun with your bee. I'll see you later.